Hi, and welcome to Bloom Network's How to Use a Digital Wallet. If you haven't been, please check out bloomnetwork.earth. In this training, we're going to cover why do we want you to learn cryptocurrency? Why would we give you this training? What is currency and what defines its value? What is a blockchain and what is cryptocurrency? Who can you trust? What do you need to give and receive crypto? Making your first transaction. So let's get started. So why are we giving this training? At bloomnetwork.earth, we want to fund climate impact work that isn't being funded and wellness efforts across the world. We feel like a lot of places don't place value on making others well or programs and work that helps people and society and communities be more well. So we want to more easily fund on-the-ground community-based impact work across international borders. Using the cryptocurrency system is inexpensive compared to the legacy regular currency or fiat system. It reduces overall costs, and it gives you a way to get started with systems that can be confusing and difficult to engage with. So our goal is to hopefully get you to make a transaction with somebody who is safe, that's Bloom Network, and that you'll feel comfortable exploring and learning from there. So we want to start really simply because what we find is that often people don't understand cryptocurrency because it goes back to a general lack of understanding in what currency, exchange, and economy mean at their base. So we want to make sure that we cover these terms to get everyone on the same page in case there is some missing knowledge. So currency, what is money? It's simply a medium of exchange for goods and services. And we're going to use a really simple metaphor here for a direct exchange. We'll use this a couple of times. So we'll say that you're a farmer who grew a bunch of carrots and we have a direct exchange. You have carrots, I fix your garden tool. And so over time, the carrots get really heavy to carry around. And so it makes more sense for us to trade some shells that represent either the repair or the amount of carrots that you want to give me. So I fix your garden tool, you give me these shells, and we have a mutual understanding that it means this many carrots. Over time, those shells actually themselves get really heavy. And so coins came along to be a representation of goods exchange that was more portable. You could carry them. So shells turned into coins. Of course, coins are still heavy. Coins turned into paper. Paper turned into credit cards. And digital currency has evolved from there. This is an image of a digital blockchain. You can think of cryptocurrency as being an evolution of representations for exchange. So it's still money. It's still the shell. It's still the coin. It's just being represented in a digital format and being exchanged over a blockchain. We'll talk about what a blockchain is here in a moment, but let's talk for a moment about how does currency get its value and also a little bit about economy. So a currency's value is defined by the people who agree to exchange it. Anyone can create and exchange money. You could make a new bill at any time and say, hey, I'm going to give you this red construction paper and it represents your work that you did for me or these carrots that you grew for me. So in defining this value, again, the farmer needs his tool fixed now, but his carrots aren't really ready. So they have to decide on a representation of value for that exchange in the shells. The repair person has to have trust. So trust is a big, important part of currency and exchange. The repair person has to trust that the farmer will honor the agreed upon value of the shells when the carrots are ready, right? And not say, oh, well, I said I was going to give you 4 carrots for those shells and create a conflict, right? In cryptocurrency, people who are engaged in alternative currencies and exchanges are betting that other entities in the future can be better at guaranteeing and managing that value than federal banks, which is what at current is the guardian of the value of our currency. So that handshake, that agreement of how much do I get for this? How many carats is this money worth? That is right now managed by federal banking systems at the national level. So what is cryptocurrency and how does it come into this picture? Again, cryptocurrency is peer-to-peer digital cash. It's just like the shells or the credit card turn into a different format. So cryptocurrency allows us as a community to directly value the local work that we're doing, use cryptocurrency to award each other for that value creation. So if you'll remember, I said that anyone can create a type of currency and decide on its value together. So that's one of the things that we want you to use cryptocurrency for, so that we can create currency within and amongst our communities and value people's contributions in a way that perhaps current currency systems do not. So cryptocurrency is just like I said, a representation of money. The farmer sells the carrots. Now he can get paid in crypto. The transaction is recorded on the blockchain, which acts as your ledger. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. And that crypto can be converted into regular cash, which in the crypto world they call fiat. So if you hear that term fiat, it simply means regular money. So I'm sure that you have questions right now that are kind of like, well, who's holding that valuation for this currency? And it really depends on the groups of people that created that crypto and who agreed to exchange it. So if in Bloom we created a currency, it would be us. The value of cryptocurrencies fluctuates according to market demand. So how many people want that currency, just like any other asset. However, there is a type of cryptocurrency called a stablecoin. Stablecoins are fixed to the US dollar, so fixed to fiat or regular money. So when you receive grants from Bloom, it will be in stablecoin, so you are not subject to value fluctuation because the value of one coin may not be $1, depending on the type of cryptocurrency it is and the system of exchange. So we want to keep the types of money that we exchange in a place that everyone can understand. So we will be using stablecoin. One thing that you can also do is back a stablecoin with nature reserves, such as reforestation or local sustainable economic improvements. So this is another reason Bloom's interested in cryptocurrency and that method of exchange for economic innovation to start to support the kind of work that Blooms do on the ground that dominant economies do not value. So this is one of our Blooms in Costa Rica where somebody is doing climate impact work and sustainability practices that really impact their communities and their lives in a positive way. If you have questions during this training, please put them in the chat and we'll try to grab them as we go along. All right, so that's just a little bit on what is currency, right? What is money? What is an economy? An economy is simply that simple exchange between the farmer and the repair person. It has grown and scaled. So at first it was just the farmer and his repair person exchanging the repair carrots, right? And remember that the repair is not necessarily a tangible service, right? And the carrots aren't necessarily an available asset. So that's why currency had to be created, because they're not going to necessarily be available and ready for that direct exchange. So in this scenario of what is an economy, the farmer's sister started weaving baskets and the repair person was like, I'd really like to get one of those baskets. And again, she doesn't have it ready. She's going to have to make him a custom basket. But because she trusts the system of exchange that the farmer set up with the repair person. She says, all right, well, I'll accept your shells, and you can get the basket later. And fast forward, financial districts are erected in large metropolitan areas. So obviously, that's a joke. There's a lot that happens between, the sister accepts the system with the shells and, the business district of Manhattan. But in a nutshell, that's it. A simple exchange system eventually becomes a thriving economy. And we hope that Bloom Network will become a thriving economy. It's already become a thriving global community. All right, so like we were talking about before, the blockchain acts as your ledger in this scenario. So before the digital credit system, transactions were recorded physically. So before credit cards, right, there really wasn't a record that you bought what you bought. You might have carved it into a stone tablet. So the farmer was like, I gave him this many carrots and he promised to repair my tool. It's only really as good as the rock you carved it on, right? That moved to paper, right? This is a deed, the title to your car or your house. It moved into a digital format. So that's the bank system, right? Holding that for you, QuickBooks, money software, things like that. And in cryptocurrency, the blockchain is the technology that you exchange cryptocurrency on, and it's where the transactions are physically recorded. So it's better than a stone tablet, better than a paper. So what is a blockchain really? It's a relatively newly invented technology, an electronic database or distributed ledger that is shared among a computer's network nodes. So there are thousands, or in some case, millions of computers that are distributing and holding this blockchain across the world, so that not just one person is responsible for that data. The nodes, they're called, the computers that run and create these blockchains are there to make sure that the block is full of the accurate data. Blockchains can be used to make data in any industry immutable. So it's not just finance necessarily that has applications for this new kind of computer. It's just the most immediate application. And we do have a short history of blockchain here in the future if somebody has a question and wants to see that a little bit more. But of course, you hear about Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency to utilize the blockchain as a method of exchange and to be immutable. The blockchain in its invention is unable to be altered. So it is a permanent record, much like the stone tablet that we saw before. So the decentralization of a blockchain is what provides its security. There's no central authority that can be targeted by an attacker, and activity is transparent. Now, of course, there are, different groups of people that do see to it to manage, blockchains, associations, and things like that. But we won't get into those at this moment. All right, so when you want to exchange cryptocurrency, who can you trust? And at Bloom, we want to say, don't trust people. You need to verify and do your own research to ensure, is this a valid token or coin? Is this a reputable wallet company? Things like that. So we want you to look at the official project documentation for the wallet token address and make sure it's the same. Like, for example, if you suddenly had coins that showed up in your wallet, well, it's the same as money just appearing on your doorstep. It's suspicious, and you should investigate. Often, this is called docs. So if you got a certain kind of coin, you would want to investigate that kind of coin, try to find its address, and see if the address it was received from is the same as that official address for that coin or token. So if you receive unknown currency, you need to verify that the token is legitimate. Do not click on random links. And we have given a resource here. So https://etherscan.io/ put the token address from where you received the coin in the search bar, and that should help you to verify. And we're going to show you where all of this is. But just keep in mind that it's your responsibility to research and verify the methods of currency with which you engage. All right. So before we get started, we'll just ask, the question, what do you need to get started? Because we are going to end the training after this for the recording, of course. We'll go through that, but we will ask for a small donation for this training if you want to move forward with the exchange portion of this, because it may take some time and care to get that set up with you. But please don't do anything yet. You will need the following. We're going to walk you through getting a digital wallet. So what's a digital wallet? It is the same as your actual physical wallet used to hold your cash. And just like you probably wouldn't hold more than $400 or $500 in your wallet for fear it could be swiped, you don't want to keep a whole lot of cash in your digital wallet. It is your purse, and it can be swiped. So do not keep a ton of money in there. It's sort of a holding place for temporary transactions to take place. Now, your digital wallet is secure for all practical purposes, but we want to caution you that that is not a place to leave large amounts of money. So cryptocurrency is the money that goes in your digital wallet. It's just like a metaphysical purse, digital purse. MetaMask is the wallet that we're suggesting. We'll help you install that on the next slide. You have to have a notebook to write down your seed phrase. If you do not have a notebook, you cannot complete this. So please ensure that you have a notebook that you will save, paper, pen, and something that will keep your seed phrase. It's super important. You won't be able to recover it. We'll talk about that in a minute. So if you want to exchange cryptocurrency, obviously you need a way to exchange it because it's virtual, right? Just like we could use our hands to exchange shells, the blockchain is the technology on which the cryptocurrency exchange occurs. So it's also like your check register to record transactions. So your wallet is an app on the blockchain. The blockchain we are using is Ethereum because its values align with Bloom. Keep in mind that for different transactions, there is always a fee that the platform collects for you to use it, right? What's in it for them? It's the gas. The fee required to successfully conduct a transaction or execute a contract on the Ethereum blockchain platform. So when it says, stop, gas is very expensive, you might want to wait until a time that it's not so expensive. A lot of times this has to do with sort of peak moments, right? If everybody's trying to get gas, the gas might be more expensive. So if everybody's trying to exchange at that time of day or that moment, the gas might be a little more. You might wait for a few hours or a day to see if it's changed because it fluctuates. We will also ask you to add Optimism, which is a network on Ethereum to help us reduce those gas fees that Bloom as a nonprofit organization pays. All right, so this is the section where we help you set up your wallet. So let Bloom help you get your wallet set up. You want to get the MetaMask app or extension. So app if you're on a mobile phone, extension if you're on a computer. The extension is at metamask.io at the very bottom in download on PC. Let's see, we can go into this and pull open the extension. And I'm going to drop this in the chat.
Do I
You
just
see?
click? Yeah, I just click download. Cool.
Yep. So just download that up. And so if you're on PC, you get that extension. It, I think, also has links for phone, yeah, iOS, Android there. So get that application or extension if you're on PC. The icon is an orange fox right here. So make sure you got the right one that's got an orange fox. And it's going to ask you to create a new wallet. That's where you're going to use your notebook to write down your seed phrase. So I'll talk about this to give you time to do that. You will be given a seed phrase. It has to be written down. Don't misplace your password and passphrase. Do not. No one can ever recover your seed phrase for you. Please keep track of your seed phrase or you are literally screwed. No one can help you, including us. And please never give your seed phrase to another person or application. So you want to keep it written down and in a place that you can access it. Carolyn, how far did you get? You got it?
Now I'm on the create password page. This password will unlock your MetaMask wallet only on this device. MetaMask cannot recover this password. Okay, so I would create one and I write it down in the notebook.
Yes.
Okay.
So keep your password, keep your seed phrase when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
And your seed phrase is usually 12 words. Make sure you spelled them right.
Mm-hmm. So secure your wallet before getting started. Watch this short video to learn about the secret recovery phrase. So I guess I'll mute to do that.
Okay.
And then proceed to the next page. One sec. Okay, now I'm on the secret recovery phrase page. So I will do this step and then let you know when it's done.
Okay.
Okay, it says wallet creation successful. Yeah.
All right. So now you should have an extension like up here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're good.
Yep, I had already pinned it.
Okay. Fantastic.
And done. Okay.
All right. So Magenta, did we put it in the description of the class that we were going to ask for a donation?
I think I did. I didn't specify what amount because I knew we were gonna make it different depending what country it was, but I did give a heads up about the donation.
Okay. Yeah, we were thinking $20 for English speaking countries, $5 for Asia and South America, $2 for Africa. Is that doable for you, Carolyn?
Yeah, I can do $20, but I'm not able to move forward because it's asking me about smart transactions, whether I want them enabled. And I don't know what that means, but I guess I can just click either yes or no.
Magenta?
That's new. That's a good question. Let me look up what those are. But the donation we're gonna have you send is through like normal money. So I'll look that up while you do that.
Yeah, it's just normal. Let me send that link.
Okay, so I'm paying with regular money, but then how does that go into my wallet, or how does that affect the wallet?
We're gonna send you back cryptocurrency, and then you're gonna send us back a tiny amount of that.
Okay.
So you get an experience of receiving something and sending it and get a little bit comfortable with what that UI is like.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the future of this course, we let's make sure we put a suggested amount in it so people aren't surprised.
Yeah, so I can just either click enable smart transactions or not right now. Yeah, it's talking about smart transactions is like a new feature, I guess. I could share my screen if you wanted to see the info.
Yeah, I'm reading about it on their website as well. I'm probably seeing, probably roughly the same thing you are.
Okay.
Sorry about that. That didn't happen the other day. That's an interesting point, is that new technical development will happen.
I would go ahead and enable it. Basically, it sounds like it reduces the chance the transaction will fail. There are various reasons that happens, but it's always frustrating when it happens.
Okay.
And I don't see a reasonable risk that you would need to worry about or something that you wouldn't be able to see if you turned them on.
Okay. I just clicked enable, so now I'm in the main, what looks like the main user interface.
Cool.
All right. So I sent a link through the chat of our donor box, which should hook up to regular fiat currency or credit card. So it's just like making a donation on any other site.
Okay.
And this is some of the money that we're going to give you back. So once you've done that, let us know. And then we're going to show you on this slide where to get your wallet address and give you an email address for Magenta. Ooh, that's not there. Okay. So Magenta checks to make sure the donation came through, just so we have something to exchange with you. And what we need is, I sent through the chat her email address. If you could send the address of your wallet, and that is where you can receive money. It's
is that just a long string of characters?
Yeah, under your main, this is a mobile view, but under your account, it should be directly under your account and allow you to copy it right from there and then email it to Magenta. All right,
Money.
we're almost done. Now that Magenta has your wallet address, you're set up. You can use cryptocurrency now to exchange for goods and services on a blockchain. You can get paid for local impact using Bloom's Bounty app, which we're not going to go into right now, but that's a future training. So again, Carolyn, when we set up, when we do the Bloom's Bounty app, we'll carry over some of these metaphors that we created, like with the farmer and the markets and things like that. You can exchange your cryptocurrency for fiat, regular money, currency using something called an exchange, like Kraken, and that's a place where you can buy or sell crypto or cash out. Your crypto works a little bit like the stock market in terms of just there being assets in there that you can trade or cash out. That would have to be a future training as well. At this time, we're just trying to get you established to make that exchange very simply. Right. Okay, so the last thing that we want you to do, here is the application on your wallet. So you want to go to the settings in your MetaMask wallet, and then go to settings and networks.
Yeah, I'm there.
And add optimism. Did you do that?
I don't see adding optimism. I don't see optimism as an option.
Oh, interesting.
So you can see like on the screen shares that we did here. Should we have Carolyn share her screen? Can we do that?
We can do that. Yeah, I can cut it from the video. We'll try to keep it. It's not a big deal if your address is visible. Generally, there's a concept of you having a public address and then ones that you try to put a lot of privacy around.
Okay.
But I'll cut it out of the video regardless. But if you can screen share, we'll be able to, one, help you through this and also understand on our end if this is what's normally going to happen.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. This is another visual of it. Go to your MetaMask wallet in the in your like nav bar where the little extension like little fox guy shows up. Will it show you the drop down? Okay. It is sometimes slow like that. So click on the three dots on the top right and go to settings a little bit lower. Networks. Oh, interesting. It doesn't auto-populate. Try typing in the search bar on the top, optimism. Oh, interesting. So, all right, go to add network at the bottom. Oh, and this is where you got to. Is that what you did the first time to get here?
It was from the main page. This page, I did the dots and the settings and the networks.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And the add a network didn't come up there.
Well,
Here you.
I guess it does over here on this button.
There we go. Okay, great.
So anyway, yeah, add a network and then optimism.
OP mainnet, right, Magenta?
Yeah, there are.
Okay.
I don't know if they're called side chains. There are other networks on Optimism, but we're on Optimism mainnet.
OP mainnet, I should add.
Exactly.
Okay.
You want to approve that?
You'll want to switch to Optimism mainnet.
Okay. It's trying to teach me about how to use the app, but I'm just going to close this out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Should I go back to my presentation? See where.
Yeah, because it will walk her through. I believe it walks her through sending the equivalent of 2 cents back to us just to get the hang of sending something.
Did you populate some coin into my wallet just now?
Yeah, I sent you Optimism ETH, which is the gas, the currency that you'll use for gas when you send transactions on Ethereum. So you will need that, for example, when you go to post a bounty on Bloom. I forget what the gas fees are this day, but usually it's like 0.0032 cents of that Optimism ETH it's called, that you'll need. So you'll always need some amount of the of ETH on that whatever chain you're on to be able to do any transaction.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. So I sent our Bloom address through the chat. And we would like if you could use this wallet address, choose the send option, use that wallet address to paste in there. And then we're going to ask you to add 0.000000505 ETH, which is 2 cents.
Okay, let me see if I get that right. 0.000. How many zeros are there total?
5. 0.00005.
Okay, got it. I have it entered in the amount and your wallet in the send bar, and it's showing 2 cents. So if I click next, that'll just take me to the
next, and then it should ask you to confirm.
Okay. Estimated changes. Yep. Estimated fee. Okay.
So you can confirm that, and then you've exchanged on the blockchain with us.
Okay, it says pending send. I can click a button that says speed up.
No, don't do that.
Okay. Okay, it says confirmed.
All right.
And I see it on my end. I saw it on my end before you saw it on your end, which I think is common. I'm not sure why, but it showed up pretty
My
much
computer might
instantly
be
on my
slow too, to be fair. Okay. So that transaction happens.
So we're done. You got money. Haha. You gave us money. We give you money. Thank you. Yay. So anyway, people, our idea is, to pay the Blooms with our grant pools in the future. And also just people have known us for so long. If you were dealing with this in a sketch situation, you might be like, oh, I'm not going to send you any money, and I don't want you to send me any money. You see what I mean? So we're trying to work with like populations that we're familiar with and set up this situation so that it's not sketchy or scary. Hopefully, it doesn't feel that way. And the last thing is we just wanted to say in exchanging between crypto and fiat, if you want to get into cashing crypto out, like you want to get paid from somebody or Bloom in the future, we have some resources for you to research. MoonPay is where you can purchase or sell cryptocurrency using fiat or regular money. Kraken, an exchange where you can swap cryptocurrency into fiat to withdraw it to your bank account. We do find Kraken to be a reputable company to give your information. It will use Plaid to connect to your bank account, which is a really common fiscal software to connect with bank accounts. And we've got some resources here for you at learn.metamask.io. And then let's see here. And we've got a blog. So, hopefully you guys have a notebook. You are writing some of that stuff down. And here is Magenta's blog where she has been writing about it. And that is it, Carolyn.
Nice.